Hey everybody, hey Monica, hey Julie, what's going on? I'm here with my team. How's everybody doing?
Hey, John. Hey, Julie.
Hey Monica, hey John, how are you guys?
Um,
Great.
Wonderful. It's happy Labor Day weekend to everybody. I hope everyone has fun plans. And things are great. But someone had to go on again and perpetrate a rumor. And let's just clear it up real quick. I thought I had already, but let's just get into it and go over the timeline and try to never talk about this ever again. So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Yes, he's fabulous, and he's on the inside scoop.
Ooh, look at that.
I was dancing. I just love that song.
I did too. It's
It
catchy.
gets you in the mood.
Oh my God. Okay, so look, I've been back on YouTube and IG and Twitter for a week now. I came back, we rebranded. It was a week ago today that I did my, almost at the same time that I did my first live. And, Sharrell and her crew, now this is all a timeline, and I hope everybody can see this. When I first came back last Friday, I had announced a live that I was doing at 8 o'clock. Maybe about 10 minutes after I set up that live, and I set it up early, Sharrell had went live with Nosy on her channel. This is in the afternoon, saying that me and Monica had taken down Nosy's channel. I think does everybody agree with that?
Sounds right. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And in that live last Friday afternoon, she had said several times, along with Perry, that both him and her had direct proof that they have emails. I think they said that they had this email from this Monica Allen person that they were going to text it in 5 minutes. They told several people they had the proof in the comments on both IG, and they told people in the comments on their YouTube page that we have the proof. It was John and Monica. And mind you, I was back 5 minutes. And I did not respond to that at all. Not one bit. I said, all right, well, here we go. I mean, I didn't think it was going to start so soon, but she got the ball rolling early. And I didn't reply to anything. I didn't mention it. I went ahead and I did my live at 8 o'clock. Now, also on that same day, because I announced my live hours before I went on, because usually I don't give people that much time. I'll set up the live and it'll be for an hour or two ahead. She then decided to go live at the same time as me and dog Angela, because I had Angela in my thumbnail. She knows that me and Angela, everybody knows that me and Angela are friends. And she had thought that I was going to have Angela up on as a guest, as an interviewee. And she took it upon that time to hijack my time and then just drag Angela, who Angela has been nothing but nice to her. She sent her flowers when she wasn't feeling good. She sent them birthday gifts. I mean, Angela was really a good person to them. But because she's attached to me, she had to take my time and go hard against her. Now, this is Friday. At the same time on Friday, she did 2 Instagram lives about me, entitled. Let me get them up. Hold on. Let's see. 90-Day Fiance review and Angela shameful behavior. Also, the same day on Friday, Avatar has gotten Nosy Ho channel taken down. 137 comments. And in those comments, both her and Perry were saying that it was me and Monica that had done it. This is all still the same day. And if you want, you can go look at her Instagram channel before she removes them. Let's see. Then the next day, on Saturday, John Yates, Amber Amber Roberts lawsuit update. I still had said nothing about her. Then the day after, John Yates tries to cover up his lies. John Yates cancer receipts and Nosy Ho channel update. This was all in 2 days of each other without me saying a word, a peep about her. Okay. Now, there was a text between Julie and Sharrell that happened on Saturday, the day after I came back. So Friday was when I came back. Saturday was when Julie and Sharrell had this conversation. And then Sunday was the day that she came up with the cancer thing. And that's when I finally had to reply because what she said was, horrendous. So in this text between Sharrell and Julie, hold on, let me pull it up. Okay. So in that text, I think Julie, you were asking her because somebody doxed her address, right? Because that's what's blurred out on top.
Yeah, I wanted to let her know that I won't say who it is, doxed her address.
Another YouTuber had went ahead and doxed Sharrell's address, and Julie had asked her about it. And in Sharrell's reply, she writes, "That's my old address. I'm moving in a couple days." Now that's Saturday of last week. That just happened. Okay, a week ago tomorrow, and she's saying she's moving, but she clearly didn't move. This is crazy. I felt that I'm trying to move on, but now that John and Monica shut down Nosy's channel, I'm going after him hard. Now, does that sound like a threat? I'm not sure. She goes, "I'm going after him hard. I'm reopening his case, and I have new lawyers that will bring him down. Not sure why he keeps messing with me." Now, prior to that, I had not said anything about her at all. This is all her because she is so mad that I came back, I rebranded, I have a membership, and me and Monica are tight. And she can't stand it. That's why she did the live on Friday about me and Monica taking down Nosy's channel, which we never did. She said she had all the receipts in the world. She never posted them. She promised everybody that she would text them to her. Julie, didn't she even say that she was going to text you the evidence?
Yeah, after this text message, we talked on the phone, and she said she had evidence of Monica striking the channel and proof that Monica sent an email to someone on her team saying that you told her how to strike the channel. And I said I didn't believe that, and she said she was going to text it to me. But what she said was that there were, I believe she said 3 strikes that Monica did to this Nosy person's channel. And she said Nosy sent her the screenshots. And I said, but that's not what she posted showing why her channel was taken down. It wasn't strikes, and it didn't say anything about Monica. And she said, well, she didn't want to post all that, but she sent it to me. I have it, and I'll text it to you. And she didn't do that.
And again, just I'm going to read this out loud again. That's my address. I'm moving in a couple of days. So that's a lie. This is crazy.
Yeah, she told
I feel like
she said she was moving in 3 days.
I feel like I'm trying to move on, but now that John and Monica shut down Nosy's channel, I'm going. What did she say? I'm going after him hard, and I'm reopening his case, and I have new lawyers that will bring him down. Not sure, and not sure why he keeps messing with me. The only person now, she keeps saying she's avoiding the drama. Now this is all timeline. I mean, anybody with 2 eyes can see that. Let me get rid of this. Anybody with 2 eyes and a brain can see that on Friday she started the first live in the afternoon about me and Monica taking down Nosy's channel. I know I'm repeating it, but I just want to drill this into everybody's head. Then later Friday night, she went live again against my time. Not that I own the time slot, but she saw that as an opening, and against Angela. Then Saturday, she does 3 or 4 Instagram lives about me. then she sends that to Julie saying, I'm going to do whatever I can to take him down. I still did not say anything about her. I would love to see where I said something about her in this timeline because I had it.
She also
Now,
said she was going to strike both yours and Monica's channels in that conversation.
oh, did you know that, Monica?
Yeah, Julie told me,
Yep,
and
I told her.
that sounds like a threat, a direct threat.
She said she had no choice but to do it because there's a whole group of YouTubers. She said black YouTubers that are really upset with Monica and with you, John. And Sharrell has to be the one to take them down because she's the only one that has the money to afford an attorney. What she said was that she was going to strike your channels, and then when you tried to fight the strike, she would then pursue legal action to try to enforce them.
Well, I wish she had said that in writing, because that in itself is a violation of YouTube's TOS, terms of service. You can't fraudulently strike people's channels or direct people to go harass other people's channels. You can't do that. And that's what she did.
Sense.
Mhm.
Yeah. And, I'm not the kind of person that records conversations or things like that, nor did I think I would need to, but hindsight is 2020.
All right. So this is Saturday. And now we're gonna move on to Sunday. I think let me look at my channel real quick to see what lives I did on those 2 days, just so we're clear as day. Let me look at my studio. Hold on.
I also did mention several times in that conversation, she kept saying, "You just won't stop, John, you just won't stop." And I said, "You hadn't said a word. You hadn't been online in weeks. You hadn't posted anything. You haven't done a thing." And she said it was so quiet and peaceful with you gone. And the second you came back, it was chaos. And I just kept reiterating, you hadn't done anything. You hadn't posted anything. You hadn't said anything. She was going on, somebody in her chat lied and posted a super chat saying that one of your moderators posted that they were part of reporting Nosey's channel, which is not true. And the person also said that you and Monica were posting in your stories and tagging each other. And I told her the only thing that you posted was that you were going live to talk about
with my first live back, my initial first live.
Right.
That's the only
And
thing
that
we tagged each other in.
you tagged each other when you put it in your stories.
So Friday night, I had went live with my first live back about the 90-day tell-all. Then the very next live I had did was on Saturday about Beverly Hills. We did the Beverly Hills recap. Then Sunday, we had done another live about Erica Girardi and how Tom's firm turned on her. And no mention of Sharrell, whatever she's been saying, Nosy, nothing. Anywhere. I didn't tweet anything. I didn't put anything in my story. Zero. So, according to what she said on Saturday, she's going hard for me. She's going to do whatever it takes to get me and Monica down. And now here comes the whole cancer thing. All right. So, obviously, I had to say something about that because there's no way you can't. You know what I mean? Like when you accuse somebody of saying something as atrocious as that, she might as well just went and say I murdered somebody or I killed a dog or something like that. I mean, you have to. Right. And that was her way of getting me to talk about her because I had not talked about her in now 5 or 6 lives that she'd already done about me since I've been back in a 3-day span. So let's get into that. Hold on. She posted a bunch of receipts today, if you want to call them that, on her channel. And wait, one more thing before I bring this up. Hold on. You know, and she's saying that I'm making her do this, and she's above the drama, but it's all her against me. Anybody could see it. You know, and when she did the original live about me and Monica getting taken down, she got 50,000 views from it, and she's saying that I'm using her for attention. She got more views on this live about me and Monica taking Nosey's channel down than she has on any live she's recently done anywhere in weeks. Then, you know, so there was that live. Let's see. All About the Tea, aka Monica, you know, gets Nosy Ho channel down. Then she did the very next, you know, a few hours later about Angela, 34,000 views. Then the very day after, 40,000 views, John Yates and Amber Roberts update. I mean, you just talked about me a day ago, but okay, sure, you need another update. And here we are now. Okay, so the timeline. Now, she had posted, I don't know if she did this to make it seem like there was more than there wasn't, but you know, she had posted like parts of text. I don't know if they didn't fit in the screen, or I don't know if she's trying to make something more than it's not. So let me show you guys the actual full text of what really happened. Hold on, I'm going to pull up my phone. That way you could see it on my phone as well and know that I didn't alter it in any way. Okay, so that's what she put up. And now here's the whole thing. Now, this is the one and only time I have ever talked to Sharrell about this. It was a singular text. And I will read it out loud. March 5th. Hey, John, how are you feeling today? And I said, you know, because the night before is when, you know, we had spoken about it. I said, hey, I'm okay, just frustrated. I don't know what the next steps are. I'm told I have a cancerous tumor, but since I don't have a primary care physician, they are being a-holes, and I feel like it's going in circles. I just don't feel like everything is clicking together. So Julie has been trying to get me an appointment. You know, at that time, Julie worked at her hospital, so I can get answers. Hopefully next week, some point, I can get a PET scan for staging. So we'll see. If you want, I can start a group chat or DM on something with Julie and me. And then she says, hey, that sounds good. Start the group chat so I can check in on you. I'll call you later tonight. I said, okay, sweetheart. And that's the first and last time we talked about it. So after this text on March 5th, she never asked me about it again. She never, you know, via text or phone call or whatever. Not once ever did she ever ask me about it again.
Perry said today in that live that you talked about it with her numerous times on the phone, and he heard it all.
Well,
so.
You know, Julie, and Sharrell talked about it on the night before. Once on a phone call. I think after we had ended a live because I was upset. And then I guess it was the 4th, because the very next day she asked me how I was doing, and that was my reply. So let's just break this down real quick.
Okay.
I can probably take this off the screen. And oh wait, yeah. And just so you guys can see, hold on. This is it on my phone. I'll put my full size for a second. Hold on. Just so you can see, this is the text on my phone. It's not altered. It's the same exact thing I just took a screenshot of, and that's it. So that was not altered or anything. Just so we're clear, I didn't make this up. So, oh wait, I forgot everybody back. Okay, so here's the thing. I have had problems with my lymph nodes for years. And, you know, I've had a few scares over the years, and when I say I've been battling, because when my lymph nodes, especially under my arms, they swell up like to the size of tennis balls, and it is excruciatingly painful. But what the doctors say is that when it's painful, it's just them acting up. But when you get them and they're not painful, then that's cause for alarm.
Right.
So back in 2015, when I originally went to the doctors, to oncology and whatever, it's the first time that I had ever had it where it was swollen and big and not painful. So, that scared me to death. Also, at that time, and again, this has happened a few times since then, that, when these do swell up, like I'll wake up with like this, like the sweat in the nape of my neck, and like all like the very scary symptoms that make you think that something isn't right. And then when it didn't hurt, I'm like, oh my God, this is scary. So that's when I first started getting treated for it. So when I said I've been battling this for, years, maybe battling wasn't the right choice of words to you, but I've been battling with this painful stuff, or dealing with it for a long time. And once in a while, it gets to the alarming, scary point where like, is it cancer? Like, I don't know. So, especially with my family's history with, cancer, I mean, it was all genetic. It wiped everybody out. And what's also scary is that my first cousin, who I reached out to years ago, because I'm like, do you get this? Like, and he had the same exact things. They swell up, they're painful, they're not painful, the sweat in the neck, like, and like, so I'm like, great. So if he's got the same things that I got, I mean, more than likely at some point it's going to happen. So whatever. So that night, I had spoken, I went to the emergency room down here, and, we live in Jersey. But at the time I had New York insurance. Now Wig is saying I didn't have insurance. Well, right here, here's my Empire Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance card. Can I show this, Julie? If I show like the program ID or whatever, will that be like,
hold your finger over your member ID number.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do this. Let me see.
But John, I mean, that's personal information.
Well, no.
Yeah, you don't
Well,
need
you know what's personal information? Telling the world that I lied about having cancer. That's
You're
personal.
right.
Well, it's not. Well, that is personal, and maybe a HIPAA violation.
So I'm trying to crop this with like other things, so you can't see.
It's also pretty shitty for someone to insinuate that you and I were plotting together to make her think that you had cancer. Like, what would I have? Forget the fact you have nothing to gain from that, but what do I have to gain for something like that? Why would I possibly want to let someone think someone has cancer if they don't?
This is like impossible to crop without like showing everybody like one little bit of information. But hold on. Okay, so
and Sharrell did mention too, by the way, that I told her in that phone conversation that you had cancer, and I did not say that.
See, as you can see, effective date 4/1/2020. Okay.
Yeah.
And then,
which is good for a year.
And then this is in March. And then at the top, so I can't. Let me get it this way. You can see it's my name, John M. Yates. So there we go. Now she's saying I didn't have insurance. Well, there's that. Let me get everybody back. Okay.
How would she know if you had insurance or not?
I don't know. Just like she knows so many other things about my life, evidently. So because I went, because it's New York-based insurance, there's not a lot I can do in Jersey with it.
I'm sorry. Was
What?
that your cat coughing?
Yeah, it's Hope. He's coughing up.
Oh, hey,
He's coughing
Hope.
up. Is it that loud? He's coughing
It's
up a
his
fur ball.
asthma. Yeah.
Oh,
No, he's coughing up a fur ball.
Oh,
mm-hmm.
okay.
He'll be okay.
Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
So, um, Hope threw me off. What was I saying? Oh, okay. So because I went to like a Jersey, you really can't go to Jersey doctor specialist. Really, the only thing you could do
Emergency.
with that is go to emergency room. So again, at that time, they were swollen and not painful. And I had the sweats in my neck, and it was like the same thing that I pretty much had back in 2015. Again, I had like another scare in like 2018. The end of, was it? No, I had a scare at the end of 2017. Then again in 20. It's been like something that's like, just annoyingly something I had to deal with. So when I went, they took, a couple of tests. He examined me. And what they told me was that, the blood work that came back was it, what do you say, alarming? What was it, the word?
I think you said it was concerning.
No, the x-ray was concerning. And
yes, your labs were some of your labs were abnormal, and your x-rays were concerning.
And he had told me at that point in time that he goes, well, what I can see and what I could see on these tests and what I'm feeling and whatever, and with your family's history, that it's more likely than not that it's a cancerous tumor. And he goes, we really can't do much more for you here, because it's not like life and death, right? It's
right.
not. So I had to go get further testing. And that's when I freaked out, because like, how do you leave not knowing, it's more than likely to not, it's not good. And I'm like, oh my God. And, that's when I reached out to Julie, because she'd worked at a hospital and I didn't know what to do. And, she's also located in New York. So where my insurance would work. And, I was just freaking out. I needed an answer. I needed, because you think the worst. And Julie was trying to get me up, but, also she's also 10 hours away from me and I couldn't wait. What?
6.
What?
6 hours.
Oh, 6 hours away from me. And I'm sorry. And I couldn't wait. So what I did, and a few days later, I went over to Staten Island, because that's like the closest part of New York to me.
John, I want to stop you before you get into this part, because before this was when you talked to Sharrell, because you were really upset, and we started that group chat, just so you follow the timeline appropriately. So that group chat was started.
And I don't even know did I comment in there? Like, I'm not even sure if I ever did.
I don't honestly remember. I deleted my moderator account, so I can't even go back and see it. I don't know if you ever commented in there, but I did say something, and Sharrell actually twisted that today as well. Can you pull up that screenshot where I talked about that you were going to need support?
I don't have it up. You want to just talk about it?
So, well, I had said to Sharrell that
she pulled it up on her video, right?
She did. Yep. Do you have it? Can you read it?
I only have. I can't play it because then it'll be. You know what I mean?
No. Can you read what I wrote though?
How did you send it to me?
I did text it to you.
Okay. Let me look.
About I was saying that I would be there for you and that I was concerned about you, and I said I didn't think you were going to want to talk to anybody else about it yet, because you and I had already talked about that. You wanted to find out exactly what was going on before you started telling anybody, and I said I was glad that she was there for you and that you were going to need support. She
Right.
twisted that today to say that I said you were going to need her support, and I did not say that. I said you were going to need support. But she was using that to try to paint the picture, change the narrative that you and I were trying to set her up, was her term.
And honestly, it was only, other than Cody, obviously, Julie and Sharrell were the only ones that knew, because I didn't want just, that night I was very upset because as far as I was concerned, like, wasn't looking good for me. And, I was scared to death. So I obviously regret talking to her about it, because look where it's gotten me. But that was it. And then after that text on the next day, which I showed before, I never again did she ever speak to me about it. Did she ever ask me about it on the phone, on text? Zero. I can't pull up any text showing that, because how do you show a text showing nothing?
Yeah, nor me either, nor in the group chat that we had.
And that's the God honest truth. So to finish the story about the whole scare, I wound up a few days later heading over to Staten Island, because that's the closest, part of New York that I can get to from here. Ran the test, had a biopsy, took blood, ran scans, and days later I found out that I was good. And that's that. And that's why I never told anybody about it. I never went live and told anybody about it. I was scared, and thankfully everything worked out.
Praise God.
And that's it.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's it.
That's the most important part, is that you are okay and that you don't have cancer. But, for this to have been, first of all, to even talk about somebody's, and I did say private medical information or medical history. Perry had a problem with that, but it's your private health history. It's nobody's business to talk about. And, he also said that you didn't want someone to lean on for support. You wanted to get super chats. I mean, if that was the case, why didn't you
super
tell
chats from
anybody
what?
else?
Exactly.
From where?
From
but
who?
that's what he
That
said.
makes no sense.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He said that, but you told no. Who's going to give you super chats? Sharrell and I?
But exactly. Why? Huh?
I'm just
That
telling you what
makes
he
no
said.
sense.
It
What?
doesn't make sense.
A lot of stuff they said in that live didn't make sense, John.
A lot of it.
Because they're lying through their dentures, honestly. And and then I didn't watch it because no, I wouldn't give her a view if God told me to. I wouldn't do it. And I'm not going to sit and watch a bunch of people just lie about me so they can get the super chats. And I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to put myself in that place.
I'm personally disappointed and disgusted that I was brought into it saying that, I was part of some plot. That's absolutely ridiculous. I never had an issue with Sharrell. We laughed, we joked, we had fun, and now all of a sudden she's saying that I'm part of some fake cancer plot. I mean, and then she shared messages that her and I had with Yahoo Boy, and saying she shared that on the screen today, that she hopes he comes after me. And I mean, like, really? Why would you do that? What did I do? Nothing.
And the fact that she is using this now, after Friday, she tried to throw me under the bus with Monica, saying that me and Monica took down Nosey's channel, which everybody knows we had nothing to do with. She had all the proof in the world that it was me and Monica, and she couldn't post a lick of it.
She was going to text it to me as soon as she got off the phone with me.
The next day, she tells Julie she's coming for me hard. The next day, she pulls up this cancer stuff, and it's just been a roller coaster ever since, because she can't stand the fact that. So she's using this now. Last night I went live and I said, show the receipts, show the receipts. Still, where are the receipts where me and Monica took down Nosey's channel?
I mean, this is not the first time Sharrell has created some wild imaginary lie about you, John, or me, and now Julie. You've experienced it yourself. So
Yeah.
this doesn't shock me. I'm used to this. I just hope people will exercise logic. If John and I were responsible for taking Nosey's channel down, and in all reality, we have every right. If we did do that, I mean, you couldn't fault us for it, right? Based on, she made 77 videos about me alone,
My God.
harassing, doxing, trolling. So many innocent victims have been left on the wayside that she's gone after and accused them of being me. So it wouldn't be too far-fetched. It would be within my right. And you, John, she accused you of being a drug addict. So it would be within your right as well to strike her channel. But that's not how it really works on YouTube. That's not how it works. YouTube will get various reports repeated. If you're repeatedly violating YouTube's community guidelines in terms of service across all your content, like repeatedly posting abusive, hateful, or harassing videos or comments, YouTube will take action and they will take your channel down. That had nothing to do with me and John. And had that happened and Nosy received an email, she would have posted that email, that receipt. That's not something she would have held to her chest. For what? To protect you and me, John? Why?
Right. And like, didn't they also claim, didn't Sharrell say, Amon, that, your husband was dealing drugs,
Yep.
driving a truck?
Yeah, she went on Nosy Ho's platform and she made these wild, outrageous claims that my husband's a drug dealer. He smuggles drugs through a truck. He drives a truck. I'm running a crime syndicate. I'm in the mafia.
Oh, you got the
Wow.
mafia. Oh, you were hiding me out.
Oh, that's right. That's the other lie, that I was using my mafia connections to hide John when he went on his 2-week hiatus.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty defamatory stuff. Not allegedly. She just came right out and just made that blatant lie. No receipts either. Not one receipt to back up any of the claims. Now, I would love for her to post those receipts. Can you post those receipts, Sharrell? I challenge you to that.
So, where does this mob claim come to? Does one carry a card? I'm a member of the mafia, or how does that? How does one find that out about somebody?
I have no.
Maybe because I
clue.
live in New Jersey. I don't know.
I have, and I'm in the South. I'm in Louisiana, so I don't see the connection. Could it be the the Southern Fried Tomatoes Mafia? I really don't know. I don't know.
How do you feel, Monica, about her just saying, "Oh, Nosy was an interview"? Oh, it was a lot more than that.
I think she's trying to distance herself from the accusations.
Sisters. Didn't she say?
Oh,
Didn't she say that even though they haven't known each other long, and Perry said it too, that she's like a sister?
oh, okay.
Oh, well, I was their brother.
Mhm.
So I guess what, isn't that nice?
Some people throw that term around easily.
Well, she didn't say that in her recent live. She said that it was an interview where Nosy expressed her thoughts and her opinions. Those weren't hers. But we have several receipts where Sharrell outright said John and Monica took down Nosy Ho's channel. Not allegedly.
Yeah.
And that she said she had the receipts. She made several comments saying that, even in her own comment section. I have the email from YouTube saying Monica took Nosy's channel down. Sharrell, I challenge you once again, post that receipt. Post the proof.
And
These
don't
are from-
forget. Go ahead, Mon.
No, you go ahead, John.
No, and I was gonna say, don't forget when, like I said last night on the that live, when Sharrell had called me the day when she said, "I'm going to go live with Nosy and expose Monica for all the horrible things she's been doing to me over like the last year or months or whatever." It was Nosy's channel that Sharrell went on. She went right into it. It wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't this one-time thing. It was several times.
And Nosy is a self-professed witch who actually worked spells on her channel right in front of all of her subscribers. Spells on me and various other YouTubers. Now, you can't call yourself a Christian and you're going to align yourself with a demon. The two don't go hand in hand. It's not going to work. You got to pick a side. From my standpoint, the way I'm seeing it is that Sharrell signed a deal with the devil, her and Perry, and they're very comfortable in that stance.
And today, at the end, they didn't talk anything. All they did was post. They split up. Those texts. I don't know, because if they didn't fit the screen or whatever to make it look like more than what it was. It wasn't. It was the one singular text. That's it. You saw it. And the other thing. Sorry. The other thing was that people were texting me. She's saying that, she's a victim of me lying about it. Now she wants to talk about people posing as victims. She's saying she's a victim of me lying to her about having cancer. And this was months ago, and now she has to bring it back to life. But she's the victim because what did I get out of it? What did she get out of it? Did I ever ask her for? I could see if I'm like, Sharrell, I have expensive tests coming up and they're for cancer. Please give me money. No, that never happened. I didn't need her for anything. I actually just thought she was a shoulder to be there for me.
Nobody's typing, by the way. That's my phone because I don't have good earphones. Sorry.
And the fact that she was, I'm going to mute you, Julie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the fact that she's saying that I was benefiting by being on her channel to get my views up is complete crap. The only time I was ever on the channel was like once in a while to talk about like Housewives or something like that. It wasn't all the time, but she would bring me on her channel to make the money on the Sharrell's way when she had to go off every night and say, "Oh, poor John," and then everybody gives her super chats, which I never saw a dime of. And I did state that I was at a lull months ago with my views not being as high as I thought they'd be. And she was in the same boat. She told me the same thing. And I had even done a live with Rachel on IG. It's still posted. If you look at my IGTV, saying the same thing. Yeah, my views are down. It's not that great. What turned it around for me was not having Sharrell anywhere near my page or me being on hers. It was the Sister Wives thing. Go look at my views. That's it. Once, I got very lucky with the Seeking Sister Wives, stuff. And that's what really catapulted my YouTube. And then I was getting lots of subs, not because Sharrell is laughing like ridiculous, like a friggin' hyena on my channel, but because I came into this big thing that was covered everywhere. And that's when I started getting my subs back up again. And that's when I was starting getting views again. Had nothing to do with Sharrell, 0.00. And then once it rejuvenated my page, then I was getting more views on the lives again, doing the recaps and whatever. It wasn't me demanding to be on Sharrell's thing. What? She would call me, "You want to do 90 Day? Let's do Jersey." But when I had those hot stories like the Seeking Sister Wife stuff, it was her demanding to be on my channel because I got 200,000 views on one video. I got another 100,000 views on the video, 90,000 views on the video. And she wanted people to see her. She never even watched a show. And she wanted people to see her and then get traffic that way. Had you ever seen me on Sharrell's channel when she was interviewing somebody big? No. No.
I've never seen it. No. Mm-mm.
No. The only time I was ever on her platform was like a Housewives recap or what. If she had some type of big interview, which it's not all that often, I was never asked to be on. The only time she did ask me was with Kim D, but that, and I said that last night, and I said her agent reached out to me. but then that fell through. It never happened. And that's it. So the only person benefiting from being on my channel was her. I got nothing from being on her channel, like zero, zilch. Got no money, got no subs, got nothing. So her saying that I am using this cancer thing as a tactic to, use her for her notoriety is complete crap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm you, Julie. Go ahead, Julie. I don't know if you had anything to say.
No, I'm just listening.
Also, hold on. I'm just trying. I'm pulling out my views right now, and you can see it. And I was forthcoming. I went on IG Live. I said, "Listen, my views are in a slump." I talked to Rachel Walters about it. You can watch that live. It's still on my IG.
I remember you were very open about that. You didn't hide that. Mm-hmm.
We all go through peaks and valleys.
Absolutely.
And that's it. But yeah, like I'm just pulling up my own views. Yeah, it was right after I did 7 parts on Seeking Sister Life, 194K views, 81K views, 84K views. And prior to that, my views were like, 3.9, 7.9, 4.6, 2.5, nothing to write home about. But after I had that, you can look at my channel again, because it's there. And then after I got all those new subs from the Seeking Sister Life stuff, that's when my views went up considerably. It had nothing to do with Sharrell or being on her channel or Perry or nothing. Zero. Zilch, nada.
The numbers speak for themselves. I'm so proud of you, by the way. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. And,
You're
we did our road trip, and that was fun. And, hanging out with the cast at their homes, that was fun. Oh, and then she wanted to make something out of like that stupid motel that we stayed at when we were driving down to Angela's house. Yeah, I thought it was hilarious. First of all, they're saying that they got me a $15,000 check, which that never happened. I don't know what that's all about, but I've never gotten 5 cents from that woman. And she said herself, she goes, I would never give you a dime. So, I mean, on both ends, we made that clear. And when when we drove down to Georgia, me and Cody to go to Angela's, we had thought that we were going to stop in maybe Virginia, but we had remember that backup jam that we had in Virginia where we were in the same spot for 2 hours. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So we kept driving. And then by the time we got to south of the border, we were exhausted. It was 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And it was the 4th of July weekend. Now, I never thought, which I said on that live, which is still on my IG, that, I didn't think ahead that so many people would be traveling because it was the 4th of July weekend on 95. So, we went to 8 or 9 motels, Days Inn, Quality Inn, whatever inn, and everybody had no vacancies. And legit, this last place, me and Cody were racing other people because we saw them going to the same hotels that we were because they wanted rooms, and we were trying to get into the hotels before they did. It was like a joke. So,
and you said all that on your live.
Yeah, I did. I wasn't and was that that motel was the worst. I mean, and it was funny. I mean, it was funny. We were exhausted. Now it's funny, but I had to document it. And now they're making fun of that. But on the next night, Sharrell was live. Oh my God, John. Oh my God, that was the funniest thing when you went on the hotel. So whatever. If that's all you got now, then it's ridiculous. And I mean, is there anything else that I have to say?
I think you covered everything, John, very thoroughly. You went through the timeline. You debunked her version of events with actual receipts.
I'm sorry.
The text message in its entirety. Oh, condolences.
And I know I missed. I think Natalie sent a super chat, and somebody else sent a super chat. I'm sorry I didn't bring them up.
I was just trying to get
through this.
What about Sharrell saying that the reason that she brought you back into her life and forgave you
Oh,
for
I'm
that
glad you
was
brought that up.
because
Okay. Yeah. So, and what's funny was that how it backfired hard on Harita last night. So on last night's live, Harita comes on, she calls, and I put her on the phone, and she's just saying, and, you know, she's just being Harita, whatever. And she's with her friend, and she's saying we're racist or whatever because we call her wig, whatever. But I said, hey, Harita, since I have you on the phone, you know, Sharrell's been saying that the only reason she started talking to me again and to drop the lawsuit and all this drama was because I fooled her thinking that I had cancer. And what say you about that? And Harita said, no, that's not true. Now, that sent, now I'm pretty sure, I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure Sharrell was the one that sent her into attack last night. And then because Sharrell is allegedly, because she had said that wait, where am I going with this? I lost my train of thought.
you were gonna mention what Harita.
Oh, I thought that, you know, Sharrell put her up to it. So, and then because Sharrell was saying, again, the only reason why she took me back was because of this cancer stuff. And that's, I conned her into dropping the lawsuit, and I conned her into putting me on her channel. And, you know, if everybody remembers the live, it was Harita was on a live with me, and she was on the phone with Sharrell. And I think that was like February 1st.
Yep.
And that's when the ball started rolling again. And that had nothing. And it was a month later when March 5th, when I had the cancer. And I will bring up on my phone. Hold on, let me bring up the text. Because we were talking about being on each other's shows way before that. Okay. So, the first text I have with Sharrell is Tuesday, February 9th. That's when we started talking again. That's almost a full month before March 5th when the whole thing, when I was scared. You know, February 10th. Hey, Sharrell, just checking in to see how you're feeling. I'm at, you know, oh, the ear infection too. They don't know what it's like. Just anybody to make fun of my ear infection, Google what can happen with an adult ear infection that goes untreated. What happens?
I'll tell you, I had an ear infection as an adult once, and I think I would rather die than have it happen again. My eardrum actually ruptured, and I've never felt more pain in my life than I did during that.
Yes. So, you know, then we're talking about going live. You know, we're giving each other, you know, StreamYard links. This is way before this ever happened. You know, February 15th. Hey, I was in bed when you called. What's going on? She had called me. I'm going live at 6 p.m. You know, and then she calls me and, oh, but John doesn't work. You know, hey, I'm doing, she calls me, hey, February 24th. Hey, I'm doing deliveries, can't pick up. Didn't want anything, just wondering why is AT2 and Heidi sitting in for Amber? Call when you get off. I don't even know what that's about. This is months ago. Then she's talking to me on February 24th about people putting pictures of Amber on Reddit, whatever. Oh, February 25th. Hi, John. I must have been asleep when you called. I have an opportunity to do a radio show, and I want you on board if you're interested. This is gold. Oh, my God. Look at this. Hold on. Okay. February 25th. Hi, John. I must have been asleep when you called. I have an opportunity to do a radio show, and I want you on board. If you're interested, let's talk about it, how we can do this. I don't think your audience is interested in me and vice versa. I think this is a good opportunity for both of us. Let's not F this up like we did the other opportunity. Call me when you can.
Huh.
So she already knows that both our audiences aren't interested in each other. So by her own admission with this, I wasn't getting anything from being on her channel. She wasn't getting anything from being on mine. And this is Thursday, February 25th. Boom. And this is now a week before I'd ever mentioned anything to her about me possibly having cancer. Sorry.
There you go. Those receipts speak for themselves.
Yeah.
So what is it?
Mm-hmm.
What is it then?
Deflection.
And that's that. I mean, I really don't know what more I can say at this point. You know, she's telling people, you know, I was obviously talking to her beforehand. And then her whole spin on this, that I was using her for whatever, is now in the garbage, like them bad party wigs should be. And I think that's it. I don't know what else to say. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm sure tomorrow there'll be some another outrageous rumor that I started. I don't know. I'll just have to wait for it. Did we cover all the bases?
I think you covered everything, and I just hope that she'll stop. She'll stop the harassment, the lies, the predatory behavior. You're both talented. She can stand. Obviously, she can stand on her own, and John, you can do the same. You've built up your channel, and you have connections beyond YouTube. I mean, way before YouTube. You're extremely talented, and the receipts speak for themselves. I mean, look at the Seeking Sister Wives stuff. You went out and you researched and found that content, and then you got it trending. Not a lot of people can do that. You get interviews on a whim. You have access to numerous TLC stars, Bravo stars. Just stay focused. Keep doing what you're doing. I would hope the same for Sharrell and Perry. For them to stay focused on what they're doing over there. Leave me, you, Julie, your team alone.
Yeah, I mean, YouTube is a big enough ocean for everybody to swim in. I don't understand her obsession with me and you. I really don't. It's like, sleeping with the enemy, single white female type on that level, like crazy. Like, I don't get it. She feels like she's the one that has to take me and you down. Like, what are you, like? The Lieutenant General of YouTube?
It's really not a competition, and I don't understand why.
Mm-hmm. We're all peers in this business. This cutthroat behavior, this predatory coming after us, making up these outrageous lies. At the end of the day, how does it benefit her?
Because
by discrediting us.
She's making the clicks and views in the super chats when she's talking about us, with these outlandish stories, either about, whatever, what your identity is, Monica, or, what your husband does for work, or, or me having fake cancer, or, it's just always something. And I just want everybody the first thing I said when I started this was that she started this all. I've been back a week. And it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. She did about 6 or 7 lives about me. I didn't say a word. And she's kept it going. And this is all deflection because she had to say that me and Monica took down Nosey's channel. Notice how she didn't say a word when her other 2 channels got taken down. And where was the proof? Where was the outrage? And I feel like
to make such an outrageous claim, you have to prove it. Back it up with receipts.
And it is what it is. So for them to say at the end of that live that, we're the ones doing this and we're the ones creating the drama, it was all done by her. Look at the timelines. Look at the videos. Look at things when things were posted. Nobody, she tried with the lie about me and Monica taking down Nosey's channel. Then she tried with the cancer stuff, and she's been trying and failing. So I look forward to getting back to content because I am tired of talking about this.
Amen.
And Monica, she even said that me and you were cancer. Remember what was that? I posted. What was that? She posted that she was on IG Live, that she had to take me and you out because we were a cancer. Remember that? That was like a week ago.
I hate the fact that she keeps throwing around the C word because it's nothing to take lightly.
No, it's not. It's sickening to joke about. It's disgusting to try to even talk about anyone else's private health issues, and the whole situation makes me sick.
Yep, it was never her place to say anything. I'm sure there's like some type of HIPAA violation there, but whatever, I don't care. And
It was never her place to say anything. And then to call us cancerous or cancers of her life or YouTube, it just makes no sense, John. It makes no sense. Her obsession with you and I, and now Julie, it's a little bit concerning, to say the least.
all right, I don't want to keep this going. It's Friday night. It's Labor Day weekend. Hope everybody has a great weekend. I will be. There's a lot going on in the gossip world, so I'll be live tomorrow. I'm not doing an after show right now because all I want to do is kind of just hang out with Cody and relax.
Yeah,
And,
enjoy your weekend.
You know, we'll be
Sounds
live
good.
tomorrow. We'll do an after show then. But I just kind of want to chill for right now. I want to thank everybody for the support and sitting through this. I know I missed a couple of super chats, but now I'm sorry. I just, there's a lot in my head. I just really wanted to put this in a timeline. So if I didn't acknowledge you, I'm sorry. And
sorry you even had to do this, John.
Yeah,
Honestly.
and I want to thank Monica and Julie for being real friends and being on my team, and for my rest of my moderators and people who've stood by me for years. Thank you, and let's just all have fun together.
Everyone have a great weekend. Enjoy your weekend, John.
Go eat some hot dogs. I'll be. All right. Hot dogs. So everybody have a great night. Okay, I'll talk to everybody soon.
Bye. Bye, Cody. Bye.
Bye.